Hello, ill monk on the hill here. Yeah, I caught a cold. And to add to this happened right in the coldest period that I've ever experienced here in Bulgaria. Well, it's not the coldest, but the longest period with pretty deep minus temperatures for almost 2 weeks now. It was pretty bad. Like all the outside water that I had froze. Also some damage happened. The pump that I'm having for the water pressure inside, that stopped working, and luckily only for half a day I was without water here in the house. In my experience, for these 7 years I've been here in Bulgaria, the winters, well, first off, they got milder and milder. Every winter we had like 2 times with critical conditions, be it massive amounts of snow or icy rain that covered just everything, or just really low temperatures. And usually the winters here are pretty much up and down, so you get a load of snow and a few days later sun comes out and it starts warming up, all the snow is melting, and then it's relatively dry for a while, and then the next load comes. And being ill, living off healthy herbal tea, honey, I think I ate and mostly drank almost a whole jar here, trying to put some vitamin C in me, constantly licking some nice Swiss herbal candies. They're really nice on the throat. But luckily it's getting to an end. Actually, it isn't that bad anymore. And it's also the first time that my wood stove gives off quite a nice heat. Because a big portion of my firewood isn't seasoned properly, I had a really hard time bringing temperature up in here. And so every night, going early to bed, sleeping almost 10 hours or something, that meant waking up down to 15 degrees Celsius, I think. So every morning I had to get the fire running as quick as possible, and it took me all day to get the house to a nice temperature. And being in this situation, well, let's talk about illness on the homestead. I haven't been ill for over 3 years now, because homestead life is usually a pretty healthy life. You have your exercise, you're outside every day, you come in contact with all different not so healthy things, but that's making you more immune against it. And the most important thing, you're not meeting too many people, because if there are many people, chances are high that one of them has something that you don't want to have, and that makes a big difference. I mean, I have been ill, but it was mainly in the first 2-3 years. And then I was asking myself, what is illness? When does it really count to be, yeah, now you're ill? Because thinking back at these first times when I was ill, I started to become aware of why I got ill. And it was usually my own fault. For example, working out in the heat when it's too hot. There was so much to do in the beginning that I just couldn't sit back and do nothing. So I kept on working even with temperatures around 30 degrees outside. So that gave me phases of bad headache, putting me even to bed, or thinking to be really healthy and eating loads of fruits, or trying to dehydrate with fruit juice. That's also not good. Combined with the heat and lots of fruit, that goes up onto your tummy. So I had some stomach problems every now and then. And then, of course, this one time I wasn't really paying attention of what I was grabbing there, but I grabbed some rather old eggs and wanted to make some mayonnaise. And yeah, guess what? Salmonella hit me. Ooh, that wasn't nice. That actually got me my very first ride with an ambulance from the town here down to the city Sofia, and a stay for like 3 days in a hospital. Bulgarian hospitals, nah. I mean, they help you, but the experience isn't really a nice one, so try to avoid it. And this time, as I told you, people, I decided to socialize a bit for a change and went with a bunch of English friends to a restaurant. Only the guy next to me was constantly coughing and cleaning his nose. And because of the constant cold and wet weather, I wasn't really stable at that moment. So yeah, it got me bad. Like now I'm already on my 5th day, I think, and still hanging in there, but I should get better soon. But I wouldn't have been able to do this like a few days ago. Well, yeah, it's only a cold, but hey, I'm a man. That means I'm almost dying here. So here I am, most of the time inside, trying to keep warm, putting healthy stuff in me and just chill and relax, watching movies, sleeping, and being alone on a homestead, isolated. You still have to care for all the animals around. So cats, dogs, chickens, they all need to be fed. The firewood needs to be carried in. Isn't that nice in such a situation? So you always should have a stock of easy, preparable food. But thank God I have friends and they made sure I'm having everything I need. Thanks a lot. And even the neighbor calls almost every day to check on me. So now finally outside the temperatures are getting higher again, and I hope that was it for this winter. But a Bulgarian woman lately told me Baba Marta is a bitch. If you want to know what's it all about Baba Marta, that'll be in my next video. So hit subscribe and see you in the next one.